Matt Morris at mattmorris.com. Welcome back to part 3 on building a rock solid belief system. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, make sure you go back and watch those. Some powerful information there. And at a little restaurant here, having some, actually had some sushi. It was awesome, really, really good. So flying back to Dallas tonight. So listen, the third way that your belief system is shaped, we've already talked about experiences, we've already talked about external programming, and what is by far the most powerful way that your belief system is shaped is what you say and what you think about yourself. It's that internal programming, it's that internal brainwashing. And so realize that we're being brainwashed all the time. The news is brainwashing us, the media, you name it, we're being brainwashed. Our whole life we've been brainwashed. Our parents, our teachers, the educational system, you name it, we're all being brainwashed. So if we're being brainwashed anyway, don't you think it's important to brainwash yourself in a positive manner? It's that consistently what you tell yourself over time shapes you into the person that you are. See, Brian Tracy said years ago, he said, never say anything about yourself that you don't want to become true. So why did he say that? Because everything you say about yourself makes it more true. And so if that's true, which I believe it is, then we really need to guard ourselves, not just about what other people are saying about us, but more importantly, what we're saying about ourselves. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why it took me 5 years to become a full-time entrepreneur, to become successful, is because I was negatively programming myself for years. The common self-talk that I had going on was, why are you such an idiot? Why are you so broke? Or you're so broke, you're so stupid, things like that. You're so shy, you're so non-outgoing, it's like I had that was my internal conversation. And the quality of your life, Tony Robbins says the quality of your life is largely based on the quality of the questions you ask yourself. So if you're asking yourself, why are you such an idiot? That's not a very empowering question, because what happens is, your subconscious wants to give an answer. So if you say, why are you such an idiot? Your subconscious wants to back that up. Well, because you didn't do good in school, because your parents are idiots, because of whatever. So start asking yourself some more powerful questions. Start saying, why am I such an incredible genius? Or I am an incredible genius and I apply my wisdom. So you've got to, number one, have the awareness of how you've been sabotaging yourself. If you have been speaking negative into your life, you are negatively brainwashing yourself. You are sabotaging yourself from having the kind of success that you really desire. And what happens is, when you sabotage yourself, you build a negative belief system, and the only thing a negative belief system can produce is negative results. And so positive belief system produces positive results. So brainwash yourself in a positive manner. And see, what I started doing was, once I got the awareness that, hopefully, some of you I know watching this right now, you're going to have a level of awareness that you never had before, and now you can start to change. And it will not necessarily be an overnight process. For me, it took a while to start eliminating those things from my self-talk. And they still pop up from time to time, but I'm always on guard. I have the awareness now where I just didn't have it in the past. And so what I decided I needed to do, this was a very powerful exercise that I'm going to encourage you to do, is decide who you're going to be. Okay? Who are you? And if I ask most people, who are you, they're going to say simple things like, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm a carpenter, I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm an attorney, I'm a doctor, I'm a waitress, I'm a chef. All those are great things, but if that's the only definition for yourself that you have, it's very average. And, average creates average. Maybe one of the reasons why you might be creating average results in your life is because you've programmed yourself to be an average person. So if you want above average results, program or brainwash yourself into becoming an above average person. So here's what I did. I started writing down, if I could be anyone, who would it be? And I knew, I had heard that everything rises and falls based on leadership, and leadership in business creates multiplication, not addition. And I said, wow, I want multiplication in my business and my income, so I need to be a leader. So I write down, I am a leader. But then I read that when you recruit leaders, when you bring leaders into your organization, that creates exponential growth, even more multiplication factor. So I said, all right, well, who do I need to be? Well, I need to be the leader that every other leader wants to follow. So I'm a leader that every other leader wants to follow. So that became a definition. And I said, I want to be able to motivate people, because actions come from feelings. So if you're a motivator and you can stir up some emotion and some motivation, that'll cause people to take action, and action leads to results. So I want to be a motivator. Okay, I want to be a motivational speaker. And then I thought, how can I take that to a higher level? At one point I said, what? I want to be the motivator to the motivators. I want to take the most powerful motivational speakers out there, and I want to be part of their motivation. I want them watching my videos. I want them watching my trainings. So I want to be the motivator to the motivators. If, in the direct sales industry, if I want to be powerful, what's the most that I could do? Well, I could be the best there's ever been. So if I ever wanted that to become true, I've got to believe it. So, I wrote down an affirmation, a who I am statement that said, I'm the best there's ever been and the best there ever will be, right? So you figure out who's the ultimate person that you want to become, and write it down and put those into your self-talk. Stop saying, I'm an idiot, I'm whatever. Anything that's disempowering, stop saying it and start saying the positive. Now, I'm not saying fake it till you make it. Don't go tell other people you're more than you are, okay? Don't lie about your income. Don't lie about your results, but start telling yourself that. Programming yourself. See, I started saying to myself, I'm a multimillionaire, and I said that thousands of times before I ever had $1 million. So that's one of the biggest things. The biggest thing that's going to shape your belief system is your internal programming. So my friends, figure out who you're going to be. Write it down. Say them every single day to yourself. And the more you say them, the more it gets embedded into your subconscious mind and creates your belief, creates your identity, and then the results naturally start to manifest. The right words just come out of your mouth when you become the right person, and the right person comes from programming your belief system. So, my friends, that is the end of part 3 on how to build a rock solid belief system. Hope you got some value from this. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you shared this around. So you can share this on social media. Love to hear your comments below. Let me know if it made an impact, if you enjoyed it. I read every comment that comes through. And if you're not subscribed over at mattmorris.com, hop over there, put your name and email address in, and you will get these videos delivered to your inbox every single week. Thanks so much. Go make life an adventure.